In this topic, ozone-lysis, so this is a compound E, C5H8 on hydrogenation you will get F C5H12. Again this compound C5H8 on ozone-lysis you will get formaldehyde plus 2-keto-propanol. So what is the compound F? So this compound we have to identify. So let us see how we can solve this problem. So we can solve problem like this. So since on ozone-lysis we will get this proton, this and this formaldehyde and 2-keto-propanol. From this we can estimate what is the product, this one. So we will get the product like this. So this double bond will be attached with this carbon, so this will get formaldehyde, this will convert into 2-keto-propanol. So again one more hint is there. So this compound on hydrogenation we are getting C5H12. This means this compound having a double bond, so it is so it has two double bonds. So you get so that after hydrogenation we get the product C5H12, which is an alkane. So this is C6H10A. On reduction we will get C6H12. One double bond is reduced, again double bond is reduced to become alkane. This is C6H14C compound. Again this A compound on ozone-lysis followed by hydrolysis will give you D and E, both are aldehyde and aldehyde. Again this B will on KMnO4 esterified, so we will get product F. F is an acid. So what is the compound A to F? So here we can estimate from D and E, we can propose what could be the compound A, this one. So this is ozone-lysis is a very good hint to understand this compound A. So let us see this mechanism to solve this problem. So we can see this here. So this compound is C6H10. So on ozone-lysis, the hydrolysis will get those two product, this and this. So this could be aldehyde and this could be glyoxal. So glyoxal is there. So it has two double bonds. So one more thing, why? Because this is reducing some 1B and C, so that's why it has two double bonds. This is another hint. So now B in KMnO4 oxidation, so it is converted into butanoic acid. So this compound is must be your one should be your hexane, because it's converting into butanoic acid. As the other comes, there will be one double bond at fourth carbon. So this compound could be this one. So if it is converting to double bonds, and next your on B this comes from double bond, and B is on hydrogenation become hexane. So this is this possibility, but A is containing two double bonds. So double bond means this one double bond at fourth carbon and one double bond may be first or second, but first is not possible. Why? Because we are getting one ester aldehyde and ozone-lysis, so only this is possible. So answer is A is this compound and B is this compound, and CD we have seen it. Three compound A, B and C, these are isomeric heptenes. So A on ozone-lysis give you ethanol plus pentanol, and B will give you ethanol plus pentane 3-on, and C on ozone-lysis will give you propanol and butanol. So these are the ABC, these are the different isomeric heptanes. So we have to identify A, B and C. So it is very easy. So we can just mix these two carbonyl compounds, carbonyl oxygen together like this one, and we can form this heptane. So how we can form? So let us see these hints. So we can see from here. So this ethanol plus pentanol. So we can see if you club this two oxygens, you will get this compound hept2-ene. Again, if you club this two oxygen, that the ethanol and pentane 3-on. So if you go retrosynthesis, back synthesis, so on clubbing, we will get this type of structure. So this is the B compound, that is the 3-ethyl pent2-ene. So this is the 3-ethyl pent2-ene. So we can see here 1, 2 here from where. So 1, 2, 3. So this 3-ethyl pent2-ene. Then again in C group, so this is the propanone and plus this is the butanone. So again if you see the retrosynthesis, again you just join this two compound, this two oxygen, remove this one and adding this two double bond. So we'll get here 2,3-dimethyl pent2-ene. So this is the compound C. So these are the ABC different structures of this compound. This is compound A. So with the help of soda amide, and second is the ethyl bromide, you will get B, and B on partial hydrogenation you will get C. C on ozone-lysis you will get D, and D is C3H6O. This is a carbonyl compound. And again, second property that they do not respond to iodoform test with iodine plus Ki and sodium hydroxide. So which are the structure A, B, C and D? So one thing is very clear, that this is a carbonyl compound and do not respond to iodoform test. So this compound could be ketone. So it is possibility this ketone, because ketone is not possible. You can say it is a pentapropanol. So propanol do not respond to iodoform test, and propanol is the carbonyl compound. So see what are the structure possible here. So first we have to start the D. So D is not a ketone, it's an aldehyde. So aldehyde is propanol. So propanol means it is going ozone-lysis, means there's 2 molecules of propanol. So we require here 2 molecules of propanol. So it will give you hex 3-ene. This is a 3-ene, double bond is there. So again, this is nothing but the partial hydrogenation of which compound. So compound should be a hex 3-ine. So B is hex 3-ine. Again, this is produced from the compound by using reagent soda amide and ethyl bromide. So definitely this compound must be your butane. So butane is only undergoing soda amide followed by ethyl bromide, so we will get this product. So our product A is this one, B this one, C this one, and D is this one. So these are the different structures of this compound. So this is a hydrocarbon C7H12. On ozone-lysis will give you B, and B on aldol condensation you will get here. So acetyl cyclo. So one acetyl cyclopentene. Pentenene. So pentenene is there. So you have to identify A and B. So this is the compound. So this is our hint, big hint, and it is undergoing aldol condensation. That's why this must be also cyclo. Some cyclo compound is there, and this cyclo compound is obtained by the ozone-lysis of hydrocarbon C7H12. This means that this must be your cyclic compound. So let us see how we can see these structures. So we can see here. So this is your A compound, your cyclic alkene, because on ozone-lysis we are getting B, and from B we are getting C, and C, the number of carbon atoms of B is same as number of carbon atoms C. So in both cases number of carbon atoms are same to each other. Again from B we are getting cycloacetyl cyclopentenene. This means that it is going under intra-aldol condensation. So this is going under intra-aldol condensation. So we see here. So this is the structure of acetyl. This is acetyl cyclopentene. So this is not this is your pentene. It will be your pentane. So just make it cover, it is your pentane. This is N. So this is after going intra-aldol condensation. So we will get here just this is cyclopentene only. Just make it this one double bond. It is pentene only. So it is under intra-aldol condensation. So this will attack over this carbon. So definitely oxygen this side, oxygen this side. So after aldol condensation, what will happen? So they will form a double bond here this side. So this could be a structure. We can write this structure in the form of B, this also, or this also. So this is looking like a hexagonal. So these two oxygen will be eliminated. We can form double bond. So A is this compound. So this is your cycloalkene, and this is your acetyl cyclopentene. So answer for this question is this one. So this is compound C16H16. On ozone-lysis it will give you C8H8O. This is the B only product. So from ozone-lysis we will get only one product. Again this product is undergoing iodoform reaction, so we will get sodium benzoate. So this is the one hint, could be hint for these answers. And this only product is reacting with the Wolff-Kishner reagent, so we are getting hydrocarbon. So this is a carbonyl compound, is clear. So write the structure of the compound B and C, and based on this two isomeric structures can be proposed for alkene A. So A alkene has different type of isomeric structures. So we have to see which are the isomeric structure can be possible, and write the structure. Write the structure of this C16H16, and identify the isomer which on catalytic hydrogenation H2 palladium gives the racemic mixture. So it is also giving you a racemic mixture, means this is undergoing some some optical isomers, or you can say some stereo isomers. So see how we can getting this answer. So this is our C16H16 is the compound. So this on oil lysis we are getting only one product, that is C8H8O, and oil lysis will get this product. This means that this compound must be symmetrical, because only one product only possible if it is symmetrical. Symmetrical means, so just first you write double bond this side and AB this side. So and if you do oil lysis you will get two molecules, so AbCO, and A plus B is equal to how many number of carbons? C7H8, means substrate total minus CO, so you will get this much structure. Now from B, we can write C7H8 like in this form, C6H5CH3, because this is our iodoform reaction. After iodoform reaction, so there is possibility of this and this only. So this is nothing but the acetophenone. So this is very clear how we are getting this and this structure. So this we can identify from this, so that we can see here. So on iodoform C6H5CO is there. So the structure is this one, A and B. Now A and B, this going Wolff-Kishner reduction, so we will get ethyl benzene. It is very clear we are getting ethyl benzene. Ethyl benzene is your hydrocarbon. So now once we are getting CCH5CH3, so here AB is there. So AB is can be written to form. So this is an isomeric alkene. So one is transform. So transform undergoing your with the hydrogenations. So on hydrogenation we will get product this and this. So this is your racemic mixture. So we can see racemic mixture. So hydrogen is attached in opposite sides. This at this position and this positions. So one we can form cis isomer also. So here we can see this is the cis isomer forms. So again, if you do hydrogenation in presence of palladium, so we'll get here product this and these two are meso compound. So this is the answer of those questions.